What's going on, y'all? KM Best here, and you know how I was talking about a Loki deck yesterday? Yeah, it's kind of messed up. So this is the list, and I went about 63% in high infinite with this list today, over a pretty decent sample size, getting close to 100 games, and it didn't feel like anything was even close. This was actually the most powerful thing I have felt relative to what other people were playing since Zabu's release. This is an unbelievably powerful deck. Basically, the way you want to play, you want to Quinjet on 1, you want to play Collector on 2, you want to go Agent Coulson on 3, you want to Loki on 4, and it just goes crazy from there. You get an enormous Collector, you get a bunch of free stuff, and really there are just a ton of cards that are already good here, but I think one that deserves a highlight is Snow Guard. The new Snow Guard, adding 2 cards to your hand, means that your turn 4 can be, Snow Guard plus Loki, and you actually just get 7 cards, and they're all discounted, and you get the Quinjet effect on them if you want that as well. It goes even crazier in the mirrors, which are, frankly, the worst part of playing the deck, is you'll get, a mirror, and then, it's just entirely whether or not you play Loki, and then if you both play Loki, it's who got the better stuff from Loki. I think that's the play pattern that annoys me the most, but I would say this is just absolutely fundamentally unreasonable right now. Your numbers are too big for anyone else to deal with. I have not found any sort of reasonable counter for this. People have suggested Sandman, but okay, you Sandman on 4, they Loki on 4, they play Doom Odin, and they're already ahead because you were playing Electro and they were playing for tempo. People have suggested Wave, which works exactly once, and at the top of the ladder, you play the same people a decent amount, and it's probably not going to actually get the job done. I am personally looking as hard as I can for something that consistently beats this, because the issue that Loki has is it is extremely, extremely powerful, just baseline, but also in other card games, when you get random cards, they suck. They don't fulfill your game plan. In Marvel Snap, almost every card is doing the same thing at a base level, and that's putting points on the board. And that is just so insane to get a 2 energy discount on. It's hard to imagine a card in Marvel Snap that is bad when you get it for free and it costs 2 less. There's just nothing, and it is really tough to actually deal with this deck. So let's go through it card by card. Kitty Pryde, as weird as this sounds, is basically your backup plan. Your fallback plan in this deck is to be a Collector, Kitty Pryde, Angela, Legion mid-range deck. Your main game plan is to just cheat energy so hard that your opponent can't do anything about it. Quinjet is how you cheat energy so hard that your opponent can't do anything about it. Obviously, it's pretty good when you're doing things like, Cable and Mirage and Sentinel and Agent Coulson, but it's way better when you're doing it with Loki. New Snow Guard is a huge addition to this deck, not necessarily because you're going to use the Hawk and the Bear that much. You do use them some. You have your backup plan after all, but because you add 2 cards to your hand that then get turned into insanely cheap cards with a Loki, usually cards that help you a little bit more. The power output of this deck is so crazy that Angela is often negligible, which is nuts. This is an Angela Kitty deck, and you're doing things that are actually just so good that you don't actually have to focus on that a lot. It's crazy. You still play her, but honestly, she's maybe cuttable if you have some incredible mirror tech or something. I don't know. Cable is my current mirror tech because you can't run any actual mirror tech. If you run something like Shadow King or Shang-Chi, the issue you'll run into is they'll get it when they Loki you. So the only thing you can really do is try to get one of their key pieces, and that's what Cable can help us do. Maybe you get a Loki, maybe you get a Collector, maybe you get a Quinjet, and that can actually help you a lot more than it would if they had that piece. It's very much just like desperation mode, though. That's where we're at. The last time we had to play Cable for mirrors was in the beta, when it was like Dinova Carnage decks, back when Moon Girl cost 3, Devil Dinosaur cost 3, Nova was a 1/2 that buffed everything by 2. That's what we're doing here. We're adopting strategies from that time, and that's not a good sign. Mirage can be Sentinel if you wanted to be Sentinel. I'm not actually sure Mirage is that much better, but she's given me Loki some of the time from my opponent, and usually that wins the game. So just an extra shot at getting a Loki when they have a Loki and you don't is worth running the card. That's how powerful the plan A is here in Mirrors. This card gets to like 20 power, like kind of all the time. So you're filling your hand up normally, and then you play Loki, and then that cycles your hand, and every single replaced card also pumps the collector. And then God forbid you're playing a mirror and you get their Loki off the Loki, and then you do it all again. This guy's huge. He is very, very, very often going to be about 20 power, and even when he's not, like, it is still just a big, big guy. I have Jeff in here just as, like, a random answer to, like, weird locations. One of the things that I've done in deck building a lot of the times is, like, all right, I want to have a card that just can, like, randomly win me a game, and Jeff is the card that right now just kind of randomly wins you a game. Like, there's a Sanctum Sanctorum, and you know, they don't have a way to get onto it. You can randomly take that win. And when the mirrors are such a crapshoot, getting a free win is a really big deal. Stop me if you've heard this before. You play Agent Coulson not just for Collector and Quinjet synergy, but to put more cards in your hand so you can Loki them. Yeah, you've probably heard that before. It's how it works. This guy. This fucking guy. I don't normally swear in YouTube videos, but I cannot stress enough that I have no idea what they were thinking with this. And I worry a lot about being hyperbolic and being like, oh my God, this is so broken. Like the typical content creator stuff, right? To do the typical content creator, like, oh my God, this new card is insane. But this new card is insane, and I can't figure out a good way to beat it. Everything I try that isn't it loses. And so I just keep playing it instead. Even though the mirrors are a crapshoot, it just doesn't seem to matter. So again, if you've got something that like legitimately beats this, let me know in the comments, but don't give me the typical suggestions, all right? I don't think Sandman does it. I don't think Wave does it. I don't think it's one of those things. Let me know what you can do. This card obviously, like, first things first, why is it a 3/5? Secondarily, that -1 discount is completely berserk. Like, I don't think anyone really had the mirrors in mind when this happened, right? Because, you know, you Loki into a bunch of stuff, and then they're Loki into a bunch of stuff, and then they Loki again. Like, we have had multiple games in which 3 Lokis were played by the same person, and it gets really, really ridiculous once, like, it's to the point that I cut Shang-Chi from this deck because I get Loki'd and they get my Shang-Chi, and it's better for them than it is for me because I'm Lokiing it away anyway. Like, it is so inbred, and this card is so strong. I don't even know. Like, please help me. I'm begging you. Legion's in here in service to your sort of backup plan. Like, a lot of the time, yeah, if you're doing your thing normally, he goes away. But if you're not doing your thing normally, if you just have to play like a fair collector card generation, Angela Kitty plan, Legion is just phenomenal to make that plan work. He's one of the best cards in the game. He still remains one of the best cards in the game. And Legion plus Snow Guard gives you incredible control over locations. It should be obvious why America Chavez is in this list, but just in case it's not, I'd like to spell it out. When you play like Quinjet into Collector, into some stuff that fills your hand, into Loki, it's the most broken thing you can possibly do. It's so completely absurd that you just want to do that as much as you possibly can. Remember, your backup plan is like a fair mid-range deck that's like pretty good, like a tier 1.5 mid-range deck. That's your backup plan. Your primary plan is, oh my God, this is ridiculous. We are playing so many cards and they are so cheap. And that is just what you want to do as much as you possibly can, especially in mirrors where drawing those specific cards, Collector especially, Loki especially, is just incredibly, incredibly important. All right, y'all, sorry for unleashing this on the world. If any of you, I think I'm almost a little more interested in if any of you have a deck that beats mirrors consistently more than a deck that actually beats this, because beating the mirror just seems like where I want to be right now, but I've got nothing better than like Cable. I've seen people doing like Sarah stuff with Iron Lad, and that seems sort of interesting. So if you're someone who's at the top of ladder, you got something to show me, please feel free, leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I've been KM Best. You have a good one. What the fuck were they thinking? I cannot emphasize this enough. What the fuck were they thinking? Every time I play this, it's like, are you guys serious? Fixed is relative, but yes. Yo, Vision Mode. We got MODOK Morbius. Mobius will save us? Dog, he fucking better. Oh, they snap? Does that mean I'm just dead? It means I can stay and see if this Mirage gets their Loki. Of course, if they just Loki now, I'm fucked. Yes, I'm fucked. Alright, very cool. Very cool. Free Kitty is cool. But I am very fucked. That actually looks sort of mid from them. I wonder if I can pull it off. The MODOK play. Do we think I can pull off the MODOK play? Yeah. Maybe. Shit. Right? This wins, I think. Yeah, we got him. We fucking got him. No one expects the Morbius MODOK. The old 18 power MODOK. Yeah. We take an 18 power MODOK here. Black Widow better than Cable? Cable has never done what we want him to do, which is hit Loki or Collector, but I think you play him anyway just to see if you can. Say anything other than Loki. They just play it on 5, and it's just good. Not a snapping hand? No. Because they could have Loki, right? What matters is, do we have the cards? Do they have the cards? That's it. It's pretty much just, does either of us have Loki? And if they have Loki, we're in trouble, and if... It's pretty much how it is. I would, Big Frags. I'm open to suggestions on how to make this better, but right now I can't figure out a single thing. Yep. 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 I expect them to turn off Elysium, and I'm not sure it's gonna matter. Negative might work. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Now we are dead. Now we are fucking dead. Now we're dead. They got Loki and we died. Because our Loki was ass. We Loki'd into complete garbage from them, and their Loki is almost certainly better. Right? Do we ever play it out anyway? I feel like we're just heinously dead, just not having a card that go... Oh, wait, it's only turn 5? Oh my god, it's turn 5. It's turn 5. It's turn 5. Yep. All right. Okay, I was like, that. If that's a Loki, I die. But it's not a Loki, so I live. It had to be not a Loki. But, yeah, I was just like, okay, maybe they didn't Loki into my Loki, yeah? I'm having a bad time? I feel you. Are Loki mirrors fun yet? No. Loki mirrors are not fun yet. Never mind. We drew it. Now we're having fun. Now we're having fun. Rank 1 when? Sorry, man. You gotta watch me go through, like, clinical depression first, I think. You gotta watch me go through clinical fucking depression here first, I think. I don't even know if it's better than the Zabu mirrors. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not know. I don't even get to snap in case he has a Loki. Does everyone just play Loki? Yeah. And then sometimes you Loki your opponent's Lokis. It's very, very balanced. It's extremely fair and extremely balanced, and I've never seen anything wrong with it. Okay. So we actually do win. I randomed an Agatha. Okay, well, I'm sorry, Revis. I'm sorry you had to deal with that garbage. Anyway, this is the meta now, Dexter. Enjoy the meta. We turn off all the locations. Why am I doing it like that? I'm assuming he's just leaving. He's definitely just leaving, but, you know. I haven't played in 4 days. Sounds fun. Where have you been, dog? Oh, cool. We have 2 of the cards that we need. Well. Okay. Maybe they beat me out here. Maybe they have Quinjet into the Loki. That could be bad. C2 farms Loki. Interesting. I think the skull was from Coulson. I see. Okay. Here's a bunch of dudes. I have a difficult time believing it either. But it's okay. It is a Venom Loki. So the Loki is actually bad here. Yeah, I wanted to get their Loki, but I didn't get their Loki, which is bad. Now I'm in danger. Now we have to play a real game. It's a problem. I don't like having to play real games. So we got absolutely nothing that can actually put power up here. Not a lot of good stuff for us. Now we always get Chavez next turn. And they did just play a bunch of Nick Fury stuff, so maybe Morph is actually good. But I think the lesson I've learned in these Loki mirrors is Loki last. Apocalypse, all right. Yeah, see, they Loki last, and they get just a ton of stuff. Loki last is quite powerful. Still, I don't know if we're out of it yet. I don't know if we're out of it yet. They might Legion me, yeah. I could get Legioned here. Anything is possible with Loki Quinjet on the board. Why no Agent or QJ? I am saying they're not going to Legion me. Pretty much it. My final turn is my final turn regardless. Or if they do Legion me, I'm going to say it's pretty hard for them to actually guess correctly here. But I'm not going to let the fear of the Legion push me into a bad spot. Maybe I need to be playing more like Agent 13s and Sentinels because they're so fucking bad when I get them off the Legion. Or the Loki. by 1. Wait, no, they just died. They died. Okay, so instead of winning, they died. Okay. We're gonna slow roll here, I think. They switched to the Rock Slide Gamer. Nice. Nice. Very interesting situation here, actually. Revis with the raid. Thank you, Revis. I'm thinking really hard here. Snapping does affect SP. Hawk will let me play cards on the throne, yes. Nice. They're just out of here on that. Okay. Not the hand I want to see, but it's not bad. It's not bad, not yet. If we can get a collector, obviously it's very good. Let's get ahead if we can. Oh, they're like a normal deck. Oh, they're like a normal deck? I mean, if you're going to be a normal deck. Yeah, like... If you're going to be a normal deck, I'm gonna do this. Now, I could get Shanged on here, but... I could also just get their ass. Do we think they Shang now or later? Because I think they Shang later. I think they Shang later if they have the option. Which means what we need to do is get priority. Okay, if they're snapping me, I think they're actually Shanging now. I think they're Shanging now. And what I'm going to do is try to push these Silks onto the Sinister London if they're not. God damn it. It's fine. They whiffed one Shang over there. So it actually kind of is fine. They whiffed El Shangarino. Do we still win? I mean, they don't have a second Shang. Let's do it. For Silk mid, then Shang mid? I don't even know if that matters. I don't even know if that matters. Surprise abs, man? I would be surprised. I would, in fact, be surprised. My win rate with this deck today is 45 and 30. So, what's your point? Bast here? Maybe it should have been Bast. Yeah. Probably should have Basted. How's Loki? Super busted. Super fucked up. Jesus Christ, dude. One, two, three. Do I want 6 or do I want a kitty? Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares, dude? Still technically losable, I suppose. If he also got a Loki here, we're in some amount of trouble. Snowguard, Mirage. Oh, God. Did he do it? Did he do it? Quinjet Kitty, Loki. He did it! We're fucked! What the fuck? We're not even fucked. That's how messed up this is. Like, that's how messed up this is we're not even fucked. Like, he hit the God roll. The Omega God roll. And I don't even know if we're losing. I legitimately don't even know if we're losing. You think Loki will be more busted during his season pass than Surfer or Zabu would? I have no idea. I have no idea. None. Zero idea. sure is silent in here. All right, we win the sides. And the middle, I guess. Fuck. Dara, I have an important question. Yeah, 2 collectors versus 1. And that actually is the only thing that mattered.